Hello everyone, this is Drea with Journey, Mind, Body, Spirit, and today I'm coming at you with some seed harvesting. So here I have some arugula seeds. I don't know if you hear that. See how it's kind of rattling? You kind of feel them. Some of them are even so dry that like you touch them, they start trying to open. You just feel them. They feel really like hard, and a lot of them you can kind of, well, some of them are green, but some of these may not be all the way dry, but I grabbed most of them. I know for sure the ones that are like this rattling are done. So you kind of take that off, and then inside here, sorry you guys, I'm trying to do this one-handed. Let's see. There's some seeds in there. So there's only a few seeds in this one, and that's probably because it already opened to let some out. So the reason I'm not just letting these all the way dry, most of these dry up all the way, is because I don't want them just to pop up wherever they feel like it. Because if you've ever grown arugula, here's some leaves. They look very similar to weeds. Even though I probably would be able to tell, especially because it seems like some of the seeds were dropped like right here, if they came up. And then plus, it would be a little bit difficult for them to germinate over on top of the wood chips. But arugula is a pretty resilient plant. So these ones I didn't take off, but they do feel hard, but some is still green. So I don't think I have any more that are rattling. And see, some of them, like these pods are ready, probably because they had, look, that one already let all of its seeds out mostly. But some are green on the same stem. So what I did is kind of pluck the stems off because I'm leaving the roots in there to decompose. So this is just arugula. There's a lot of different ways to harvest your seeds. I have here a Swiss chard that's going to flower, red cabbage that's going to flower. I have lots of onions that are going to flower. So I did harvest some of the, gosh, I can't even think of the name of it now. The onion flower spears. Yeah, spears. So the onion spears. I haven't cooked with all of them yet, but some of them, because I have so many that have gone to seed, and it's probably due to I've used different methods with my onions, and plus the sun's coming down in some spots here pretty good. So basically I did some regrow onions, I did some bulb onions. There's no seed onions over here. I used some of the bunches of onions in my strawberry tower and in this bed that I just planted. But these are some of the onions, and the ones in my little, where the arugula was over there, those are some of the first ones that I planted. And those were mostly off of the little bulbs that I got from Home Depot. However, I found some of the little pearl onions and I planted them here too. I haven't found that any of these are going to seed, but they were planted months later. And I also may have actually planted my bulbs a little too deep. You see how my onion is like in the ground? It probably would have been better from now my understanding that it was probably about a ½ inch up more. So I've been harvesting a few of the bulbs. I've been harvesting these greens for months. So, I have, I harvest some of my garlic chives, the garlic chives I actually threw away because they had these little black bugs that were kind of like an aphid bug. I'm not sure what they are, but there was tons of them on there. At first I was going to try to spray it off and everything, but I just threw it away because I did harvest some of the seeds that I haven't sprouted yet. So the ones that I harvest of the onion spears, the ones that look like this, when they start looking like this, if I do harvest it, I just cut the top off. I'm sure this is still edible, but I don't know. I just didn't keep that part. So we got tons of stuff that's going to seed. This video is going to be pretty short because I just wanted to show you about that, saving seeds. Once these onions and other items come ready, I will do that part too. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and check some of these broccoli. That's what happens when you have too much stuff laying around. So these feel pretty hard. I almost want to take one off just to see if the seeds look dry. Let's see. I've opened one of these before, and when the seeds are not dry, they kind of look green. I want them to look, oh, they look dry to me. So I'll harvest some of these broccolis, but I don't want to harvest them at the same time. And look, you can tell because the seeds look much different than the other ones. So these ones, I'm just going to drop them down. Do not mind having broccoli. I'm not a huge fan of the arugula, so that's why I don't want to pick its own spots. I don't mind arugula as long as it's kind of mixed with other stuff, but just straight arugula, that stuff is strong. So we have some that didn't actually seem like they got pollinated. Some of these little pods. So if you didn't notice that, there was probably about maybe 10 seeds in there. The one I just opened. And it was about this size. Or maybe this size, I don't know. But that's 10 plants. We're going to go ahead and move the soil around too. Because I have lots of squirrel friends and bird friends that like to grab stuff. And you know what? We did... On my other videos, I told you that this is tree collard, or a walking stick cabbage. Got a couple caterpillars somewhere around here, but look, I have a purple cauliflower. So I planted purple cauliflower also. It's maybe two different plants. Well, they're in the same. They were in the same cup, so I kind of overseeded those starts. So these are the leaves of the purple cauliflower, and they look basically like collards. And you can eat the leaves anyway. But I'm having a little hidden surprise there, and I think that there's one over here. This one looks again like the walking stick cabbage. Doesn't seem like anything's crowning in the middle, but I do notice a little bit of a difference. Not really as far as the leaves, but just as far as the way it's kind of, the leaves are more separated, and with that one you kind of get them all in one little spot. Well, these are not getting as much sun, but right there you got a little crown of cauliflower growing in too. So those are start from seed. I just hope that this one doesn't get fried, because I had some of these starts of cauliflower just did not like the areas that I was planting them. Maybe I could have just plucked them out, but I kind of just, hey, survival of the fittest. Good thing is I bought them at Home Depot, so they have the warranty. So we're gonna have some seeds from our lettuce pretty soon. It's some of the Bibb lettuce, I believe, and some of the freckled lettuce, but the Bibb lettuce seems to be the one going to seed first. These three here are from starts. This one, and this one are from plant starts from Home Depot or Walmart. I'm not sure because I bought some lettuce from both. This one was one of the in roots cabbages that's starting to bulk a little bit. And I have another kind of cabbage there, or lettuce. These ones are getting a little elongated, so I'm going to let them still go to seed. But in the future, I think I would just plant more of the romaine, because these leaves, like after you pluck them, they just kind of get wilty very quickly. and you want your lettuce to have a little bit more crunch. So I think I'm going to stick with the romaine and try to get a romaine lettuce, maybe start from seed of a red romaine. So we'll check those out later, and I'll show you how to harvest those. Look at that, we got a little pollinator in there, handling business on this cabbage. All right, you guys, leave me any comments if you want to ask me any questions, or if you want to let me know about your experience with seed saving. Make sure you like and subscribe. Have a blessed day. Oh, let's go check out our arugula one more time. Oh, you know what? Here's another little surprise. I have another tomato. So now I have 3 tomatoes so far. Actually 4, because I have one that's still in a planter. All right, that's it for our arugula seed saving.